What's up, family? Welcome back to the channel. Y'all know Trump has been undoing. Y'all know Trump has been undoing a whole lot of stuff. And it's got people in an uproar about it too. And a lot of people are saying, oh, Trump is destroying the country. He's taking away our civil rights. Or is he? I don't really know. But we're going to get into these videos to see if we can unlock and find out exactly what Trump is up to.
The Health SNAP Act. That is what I found U.S. Representative Josh Breachin from Oklahoma, a Republican, introduced it last week. And if the bill is passed, the bill would only bar SNAP recipients from purchasing junk foods like soft drinks, chips, candy, ice cream. This all falls under Trump's and RFK Jr.'s campaign to make America healthier again. The point of it all is explained further by the new Secretary of State, Mark Rubio, which his statement doesn't make any sense anyway. He said if someone wants to buy junk food on their own dime, that's up to them. But what we're saying is don't ask the taxpayer to pay for it, and then also expect the taxpayer to pick up the tab for the resulting health consequences, which doesn't make sense because all Americans must have their own health insurance to take care of their own health concerns. So that's what's changing about SNAP benefits. Now, they're not going away though. And food banks are not going away. And food banks will always be free.
Now, I don't know what she's talking about because what that man said is factual. Why should we as taxpayers pay for the fact that you get SNAP benefits and then turn around pay for the health care when you get sick from buying all that junk food off of the SNAP benefits? Well, in my opinion, making people buy healthier options with SNAPs ain't bad.
Well, I got some massive breaking news for you. Oh, yeah, just the first day in, officially. It's been a little bit over 24 hours since Donald Trump became the president of the United States, and he just got done wrapping up one of his briefings. And in that briefing, he introduced a couple of people to America or Americans. And in this meeting, he concluded that he already secured over $3 trillion in future investments to be invested in the United States. So while the other administration was busy pumping out money out of our economy, Donald Trump has the plan and have been planning to put money back into our economy just one day in, $3 trillion. And he said, before the end of the week, you might hear about $6 trillion. But for right now, day one, $3 trillion. And I just thought I needed to tell you that because, Harry Sisson and Aaron Parnes and none of them news people aren't giving actually positive news when it comes to Donald Trump. So someone got to do it. I'll be the guy. I'll be the guy. Yeah, baby, we finna make America rich again. You heard me? Let's go. I'm excited than a motherfucker.
It's crazy because I just found out that this was true. He has secured $3 trillion to invest into this economy, man. What president was doing that? The whole entire time Biden was president, he was giving money to everybody else. Not to mention, Trump had some, I don't remember what video. I'm gonna find the video. He had some Chinese guy bring him $500 billion. He only told him 200 billion.
Celebrate your winning and promise that we will invest $100 billion. And you told me, oh, Masa, go for 200. Yeah. Now I came back with 500.
And the man said, look, I came with 500 billion. Now, I don't know if these investments are actually put in place to give these other countries a stake in the USA. I doubt it. Trump knows what he's doing, man. He's a businessman. And if you don't know by now, the US is an incorporation and you have to treat it as such.
Breaking news, Donald Trump revoked the Equal Employment Opportunity Act of 1965 via executive order. Yes, I did post a
Okay, so as an attorney, that is absolutely false. There absolutely is no truth behind what you just said. That entire video was just a blatant lie. It was blatant false equivalency of actually what was signed. So let me break it down for you, Attorney Martinez. Trump signed an executive order revoking an executive order. What you said is that he revoked an act, which is a law, which is not legal. He cannot do that. He cannot revoke an act of Congress. What the executive order actually means is that it's taking away DEI hires. So when a company discriminates their hiring based on who someone has sex with in their free time, which was the bedrock of the 1965 executive order, not the congressional law. So basically, instead of hiring people based on who they sleep with at home, off duty, right, they will now be hired again based on merit, education, and qualifications. That's what the executive order says. It takes away no anti-discrimination laws. People of color and women will still be employed fairly. It just takes away DEI hiring and hiring people based on who they have sex with. That's what the executive order.
See, this is where the misconception comes in, especially with Black people. When we hear civil rights, we automatically tie it to Dr. Martin Luther King when he led the civil rights situation, right? So, what people don't understand is civil rights doesn't just have anything to do with Black people. It has something to do with white people too. So, if he had undone that Civil Rights Act, it would have been bad for both of us. People need to read to comprehend and stop looking at these fake news outlets.
Order does. It does not take away anti-discrimination laws, and a president cannot do that. They do not have the power to revoke a congressional law without it being approved by Congress, which is what would cause an overturning, which he did not file for. So shame on you, attorney, because you're wrong, and that's horrible to spread to the masses, to millions of people that follow you, because you're a liar. And this is why I challenge people of TikTok to not just get their news from TikTok, not even just me. I'm not going to be a hypocrite here and say, I'm always right about everything, only listen to me. I'm wrong sometimes. Sometimes I read an article that's 2 years old, but there's a new one from only a year ago, and I'm not up to date. Shit happens. But challenge what you see on social media, because people like this are what's making our country even more divided than it already is. And 9 out of 10 times, it's based on a lie, because people don't have the energy to go and read through 1,000-page bills. They'd rather see a 10-second video of an easy explanation. But that comes with lack of credibility. So let's do better together.
And you know what? Since she said that, I can't wait till they start putting fact checked on TikTok, because it will. You think Trump ain't gonna get them to sail to the US? Oh, you got another thing coming.
Okay, so this headline has been going viral for about the past day or so, and people are understandably upset and reasonably asking questions, so let's talk about it. First and foremost, there are a few things that people need to understand. Number one, your protections against discrimination, specifically in the workplace, did not start in 1965 through an executive order by the president, nor did they stop being modified in 1965 by the same executive order. So where do they come from? Your protections against discrimination in the workplace are either constitutionally based or they come from legislation passed by Congress. Notice neither one of those two things mentioned an executive order from the president. So where's the confusion? Let me explain it. Federal discrimination acts like Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 already prohibits employers from discriminating on the basis of race, color, religion, sexuality, a number of things. And that's only been modified throughout the court system over the years to include things like age and disabilities. So if all of that came from the Constitution and federal discrimination acts passed by Congress, what did this executive order actually talk about? This executive order basically mandates that federal contractors and federal contractors only have to have affirmative action programs in place in order to keep their federal contracts. This doesn't mean that now that this,
which literally means they cannot discriminate against you based off your skin color, your race, or your sex, or your ideologies. I don't necessarily agree with affirmative action, especially when it comes to jobs, but it's still an anti-discrimination Act.
This is revoked, that these same companies can start going out and discriminating on who they choose to and not to hire, because that's federal law. That's part of the Constitution. That has already been decided by the courts that it's illegal. So no, this has nothing to do with that. But you can expect to see a lot more misleading headlines like this because companies and people and blogs get paid to post stuff like this in order to stoke division.
And that's why I said what I said about when you tell the truth versus when you tell a lie on these social media platforms. The lies get the views, the truth get none.
Out of all the shit to be mad about, y'all pick out the most stupidest shit. That's why nobody take you serious. Trump don't pay his taxes. It's unconstitutional, and you wish you didn't pay your taxes. You just and comply. I don't know what to tell you. Qualified immunity has always been a thing. You would know that if you cared about the police brutality like y'all said y'all did. Police also have their own Bill of Rights. That's why they rarely get held accountable. Both clearly an abuse of power, yes. But the point is, it's been here. So you can't just be mad about it today. You should have been mad. What the fuck? Out of all the shit to be mad about.
If you seen this and got mad, listen up. Now is our time to shine. You hear me? Fuck is y'all crying for? Now it's time for all them black-owned businesses, all that black shit y'all been preaching. Now it's time to step up. We can get our own black banks now, our own black businesses. We can start our own black grocery store.
And this is why I'm not a fan of affirmative action. Because affirmative action is like whining and say, I want a seat at the table with the higher ups, when him actually dismantling what he dismantled actually made it fair for us to start our own tables and build our own tables. Now, this ain't nothing against white folks, but black people need to figure out how to build our own. And that's what this bill will allow. That's what this executive order will allow us to do. And I think this is a step in the right direction.
If this really going to affect us like y'all think it is, which is not, we can start our own shit. Niggas got money now. It's not bad. Niggas got money now. We got motion now. Us as a community, black people, we got motion now. To be honest, I think a lot of y'all gonna use this now as an excuse on why y'all ain't got no job. The white man did that. President Trump did that. I can't get a job because of this. Nigga, you ain't never won a job to begin with. Shut up. You ain't never won one. And you know how much it'll fuck the economy up if they just say, you know what, we not hiring niggas no more. Like, nigga, we built this shit, what Franklin say, brick by brick, nigga, and I'll be damned if... And don't bring up Black Wall Street, nigga. Our YNs got switches now. We not worrying about that shit no more.
So yes, excuse all of the violence that he was talking about. But basically what he is saying is, because of what Trump did, now we have a chance to build our own economy, build our own economic pathway and a rightful space in this country, which the Democrats didn't want us to have. Something to think about, man. Hey, what's up, what ifers? I hope you're having an amazing day. I wanted to take a quick moment and talk about something really exciting happening on the channel. And that's the brand new membership option just for you. For just $1.99 a month, you can become a channel member and unlock some really cool perks that I've been dying to share with you. First up, as a member, you'll get early access to my videos. That means no more waiting. You'll be the first to watch my latest uploads before anyone else. And I know how much you guys love getting in on the content first, whether it be political or conspiracy or alien videos. You'll be the first to comment, the first to react, and honestly, just be a part of that inner circle.
But wait, there's more.
As a member, you'll get exclusive custom emojis that you can use during live streams and in the comments. So if you want to stand out or just want to show your support in a fun way, these emojis are for you. It's an awesome way to be a part of this growing community in a way that goes way beyond just subscribing. And don't worry, all my regular content is still free to everyone. But by joining, you're supporting the channel directly, helping me create more content and bringing even better videos to you faster. So if you're looking to join the channel and take things to the next level, hit that join button down below. And let's make this community even more awesome. You'll get early access, exclusive perks, and be a part of the content creation journey with me. Thanks so much for your support. And whether you're a member or not, I appreciate every single one of you for making this channel what it is. Let's keep creating and growing together. And remember, challenge the argument and not the person.
Listen, there's a lot of video and a lot of talk going around now about Trump
pulling away from the equal employment opportunity. And I'm seeing a lot of my own people saying that it's going to make it to where blacks can't get jobs anymore. That now white people just hire whites inside the companies or whatnot. Understand, this was written in 1964 and put into law and effect in 1965. Reason for it? Because back then, when black people did have jobs, they couldn't elevate any higher than the position they were hired on. They couldn't become manager, supervisor, not even a lead person. So they put this into play to give black people the opportunity to move ahead in company. 1965. Now let's move to 2025, when millions of you have to admit, because I don't want to be one of the ones to say, hey, the only reason I became manager and superintendent of my company is because I'm black. No, many of you have to admit, you got put into play because of the experience and what your performance on these jobs. And that's the way it's going to stay for millions of these freaking companies out here. You got to understand this. You see, people are not as stupid as we would like to think they are. A lot of these companies know one thing for sure. This is a mixed race of people in this country now, and everybody is elevating in different ways throughout this country. Major thing, everyone spends money. I don't think there's going to be many companies out there that say, I'm going to get rid of all the Mexicans and blacks and Orientals and everything and hire only white. He's not going to make any money, and he knows this. It's the bottom dollar in the American way of doing things now. It's the bottom dollar. But I believe that Trump, specifically, generating this to go against the LGBT community. We already know how he's saying it's only two genders, the male and the female, which I have to admit, yes, that's the truth. Born and raised, that's the truth. If you were raised, born a certain way. But my thing is this here. I have nothing against the LGBT community, nothing at all. And whatever a person's preference is, that's their preference. But to give anyone certain days throughout the year, say we're going to celebrate your day and your day, that to me is nonsense. Because I'm going to go back to even Black Americans having February, Black History Month. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but me with this Black History Month, I don't like it. Why? Because that's acknowledging me for 1 month out of a year when I acknowledge my damn self. 12 months out the year, 365 days a year. And to give specific people a certain day and all this old crazy, man, come on, man, that's just really pushing the agenda out there even more. We got to start waking up, all of us, and realizing something. It's not a certain day that we need, because every day should be celebrated as an American citizen. If we stop the divide with certain days, certain weeks, and all this crazy mess, we will start getting closer as a community. So this equal employment opportunity thing, hey, you put it down on your job, and I'm pretty sure you know damn well that you deserve the position that you're in. So I'm not finna go against none of this, right? I'm being real with you. I still can go on welfare, food stamps, Section 8 or whatnot. People thinking that was a good thing that came in. I ain't gonna say black community. The Democrats put out there for the community, period. I'm against it. Always have been. It cripples a nation. It's like your child. If you give them things constantly, you're spoiling your child. And that's the same thing the Dems done with the Democratic Society. They just gave things, until eventually everybody was submissive to the Democratic Party. And even to this day, knowing everything the Democratic Party has done to the people, they still are committed to this party. When we all know they don't give a damn about none of the people. So taking away a lot of these subsidies or holidays or whatever the hell they doing is not always a bad thing. We just have to look at the fact we all have to keep pushing together and strive for a better tomorrow.
See, those are the facts that I was trying to speak on. I would much rather work for my keep than somebody to give me something and then hold it over my head for the rest of my life. I would never ever be satisfied with something like that. So yeah, like the man said, Trump taking away a lot of this stuff isn't a bad thing. It's just gonna make you get up off your ass. And them making snaps only available for you to purchase healthy food or just food, period, and not junk food, it's gonna make you get up off your ass. You want the junk food that bad, you're gonna go work for it. Him ending the abortion thing, right? It's gonna make women more cautious about who they have sex with and unprotected sex with. It's gonna bring down this case of HIV that has been on the rise, especially in my community. I'm just saying, bro, we gotta look at this differently and we gotta open our eyes to what's really going on.
So, as y'all know, Trump ended all that DEI shit, got rid of it within all federal government entities, right? I just want to break this down for the dummies in the room who think it's just race and sexual orientation. And the dog whistle word behind, well, it should be merit based, aka it should be white based, specifically more white male based. See, now this is the revocation of the Equal Employment Opportunity Act that Lyndon B. Johnson passed back in 1965. See that federal contract, right? There's a lot of small businesses who own federal contracts with the government. A lot of minority businesses. See, and when you say minority, they instantly go to, oh, people of color, black people. Ah. A minority is also a woman, right? A minority is also a veteran. If you go on GC, supply is my thing. So I know all about these contracts. See, when you write up a government contract or you go to look on the site to bid for the government contract, right? So say I'm the Navy. I'm a unit in the Navy, security forces, and we need a bid to redo our office space. Thanks to the act from 1965 that Lyndon B. Johnson passed, I was supposed to go and try to look for and give an opportunity for or look at first the minority, the woman-owned businesses, the veteran-owned businesses, to give them, the smaller businesses, to give them an opportunity so that they could get a part of a government contract and hopefully boost their business, right? To give them a chance. Doesn't mean they were less qualified. It's to give them the opportunity, right? That shit gone now. That shit gone now. So now I can just go down the list and pick the biggest and the best and usually the whitest of the companies and just go with them. Now you might have to, rotate them out so there's no conflict of interest or whatever, but still I can pick the big companies. I can pick whoever I want now. And usually those bigger companies are owned or have backdoor entities with politicians or government officials or people who are associated with higher ups and the elite. Cause you like when you go down and you select the businesses and stuff off GSA, it'll say, oh, woman owned, veteran owned, yada yada. And it would give you incentive to want to try to work with them. So now that shit gonna be gone. Good luck. All those veterans who take their ass down there when you about to sign an application, you check that box. Yeah, are you a US veteran? Veterans preference. Bye. That shit gone. People with disabilities. Gone. Military spouses. And y'all be complaining that y'all, it's hard for y'all to get jobs, and guess what the government did? They opened up, Biden opened up for military spouses to have preference to get hired. Gone. Go back, make a sandwich for your husband. Back to Children's Place you go. Back to Old Navy you go. Back to Texas Roadhouse you go. Cause you ain't getting no federal job no more. Well, what do you mean? My veteran status isn't my sexual orientation or my race. I earned that. Again, that's why y'all don't understand what the fuck DEI actually really is. It's to give representation, to create inclusive environments for groups and demographics of peoples who are often overlooked and underrepresented. Oh, even something like college, where they give admission to, the spouses or the veteran or the children of a veteran who, was in combat. So they give, as long as that child or person or spouse meets the, the actual requirements, you get preference. Gone. There are certain programs where they incentivize hiring veterans as teachers. It used to be troops to teachers. It's something else now, I think, because they got rid of troops to teachers, but that used to be there. And incentivize hiring veterans for teaching, because the stigma was that veterans were dumber than civilian counterparts. So for the veterans that's walking around thinking they're not a check in the box for these companies and corporations, just like a gender or a race or orientation is, hell, they get tax incentives for checking your ass in the box too. They get a feel good story for checking your ass in the box too, just like the rest of us. So Whatever.
Cecile Richards, through her role as leader of Planned Parenthood for 12 years, was most closely associated with the legal fight over access to abortion in the U.S. The 67-year-old Texas native lost her battle with brain cancer Monday.
Just a dear friend and an icon and a mentor.
James Aldurete is a board member of Texas Freedom Network, a nonprofit focused on equality and social justice. It was started 30 years ago after Richards' mom, the late Texas Governor Ann Richards, left office.
Opponents of women's health may control the Capitol, but they don't control the future of women in the state of Texas.
He says Cecile Richards was often on the front lines, opposing legislation that restricted women's access to safe reproductive health, most notably in 2013, blocking legislation at the Texas state capitol.
She just marched down, and people always had to keep up with Cecile. And so she'd rather be mingling. She'd rather be on the front line.
You know what, though? Rest in peace to her, but it says a lot. It's weird that she passed away the day that Trump was inaugurated. And I'm not saying Trump had anything to do with that. Do not misconstrue this video. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it could be a sign from the Most High. That's all I'm saying.
President Trump just wrote an executive order delivering emergency price relief for American families defeating the cost of living crisis. Specifically, he wrote, "I hereby order the heads of all executive departments and agencies to deliver emergency price relief consistent with applicable law to the American people to increase the prosperity of the American worker. This shall include pursuing appropriate actions to lower the cost of housing and expand housing supply." He goes on to demand that the assistant to the president for economic policy shall report to me every 30 days thereafter on the status of the implementation of this memorandum. There are key actions that can be taken through federal agencies to improve housing affordability. 1, FHA insurance reduction. You can cut mortgage insurance premiums by 50 basis points or more, which would provide immediately housing relief. You can expand loan programs to create things such as 40-year fixed mortgages or interest-only mortgages through Fannie and Freddie. Create a federal matching payment program that would match principal payments for 12 or 24 months to accelerate equity building. Create a federal down payment assistance program to help qualified buyers overcome the down payment hurdle. You could just do qualification flexibility, such as adjusting debt to income ratios and lowering FICO requirements. These actions can provide immediate relief to homeowners while providing long-term market stability.
And see, this essentially takes the strain off families that may be buying houses right now or want to buy houses. And buying houses, that shoots the economy into hyperdrive. If you don't know, like buying a home is like the heart of America. The more people buy homes, the less people rent. And if the less people rent, then guess what? That's more money for people to spend in the economy. It's like far as like stores, going on vacations and stuff like that. But when you're paying rent and when you can barely pay your mortgage, you can barely have money to spend on anything else.
Mr. Speaker, to potentially have any type of congressional action on the pardons that President Biden issued over the last couple of days?
It was shocking. I mean, it was shocking what President Biden did on the way out, pardoning his family for more than a decade of whatever activity, any nonviolent offenses. It was breathtaking to us. I don't think that's anything like that's ever been anticipated. And by the way, go look at the tape. 4 years ago, when it was just implied that President Trump might do something similar, they were apoplectic. Joe Biden himself, Adam Schiff, Chuck Schumer. Roll the tape. They all said that would be crazy and unconscionable, and now they're cheering it along. To us, it is disgusting. To us, it probably proves the point, the suspicion that, they call it the Biden crime family. If they weren't the crime family, why do they need pardons, right? Look, there's a lot of attention that's going to be paid to this, and I think that is appropriate, and we will be looking at it as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, that does look weird, though. I mean, Trump never had to pardon any of his family members because nobody's a criminal. But people in Biden's family have been proven to be criminals, especially that Hunter. And I won't go into the laptop situation and what they saw on there in the pictures. Like, if you know, you know.
So I seen a video where Trump is revoking the Equal Employment Opportunity Act. I just wanted to let you guys know, bro, that shit don't got nothing to do with black people. You know what I'm saying? It got to do with these foreigners coming over here, taking up all the goddamn jobs, thinking they can control every damn thing. You know what I'm saying? That shit is dead now. Trump putting that shit to an end. So for everybody saying he always trying to go against the black people and black people, everything not about black people with Trump. Everything is not about you black people with Trump. I hate to say that, but it's true, bro. It's true. Every time Trump do something, it's always black, 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 black. It's not about us. It's about getting these foreigners out of these goddamn jobs who coming over here illegal, taking up every damn thing, taking up all the goddamn money that we supposed to be making. They only paying these foreigners because it's cheaper to pay them. They get low pay, under the table type pay. So think before you fucking speak.
Oh, that's true. And the reason why black people had issues with getting hired at these top executive companies was because of the demand of wages. And it might have had something to do with the skin color. Like, you're black, you can't ask for these wages. What Trump did eliminates that. You can ask for whatever wage you want. And if you're qualified for the position, they can't just deny you.
Trump was asked today if he was prepared to take Canada through military force. Guys, watch this video below. I'd love to hear your comments afterwards.
Work under the assumption that you're serious about making Canada 51st state of the United States. The leader of the Conservative Party in Canada said, under no circumstance will it ever be the 51st state.
Maybe he won't win, but maybe he will. I don't.
Points, you had suggested.
Listen, I don't care what he says.
But Sir Lopez, you said you were considering military force to acquire Panama and Greenland. Are you also considering military force to annex and acquire Canada?
No, economic force, because Canada and the United States, that would really be something. You get rid of that artificially drawn line, and you take a look at what that looks like, and it would also be much better for national security. Don't forget, we basically protect Canada. But here's the problem with Canada. So many friends up there. I love the Canadian people. They're great. But we're spending hundreds of billions a year to protect it. We're spending hundreds of billions a year to take care of Canada. We lose in trade deficits. We're losing massive. We don't need their cars. You know, they make 20% of our cars. We don't need that. I'd rather make them in Detroit. We don't need the cars. We don't need their lumber. We have massive fields of lumber. We don't need their lumber. We have to unrestrict them because stupid people put, restrictions on, but I can do that with an executive order. We don't need anything they have. We don't need their dairy products. We have more than they have. We don't need anything. So why are we losing $200 billion a year and more to protect Canada? And I said that to, as I called him, Governor Trudeau. I said, listen, what would happen if we didn't subsidize you, if we didn't, because we give them a lot of money. We help them. As an example, we're buying icebreakers, and Canada wants to join us in the buying of icebreakers. I said, we don't really want to have a partner in the buying of icebreakers. We don't need a partner. But no right. Nope. No right. Here's what we have. We have a right not to help them with their financial difficulties because we owe $36 trillion too. We're going to start knocking it out pretty fast, but we're going to be able to do it because of energy and other things. But no right. No right. But why are we supporting a country, $200 billion plus a year? Our military is at their disposal. All of these other things, they should be a state. That's why I told Trudeau when he came down, I said, what would happen if we didn't do it? He said Canada would dissolve. Canada wouldn't be able to.
Trudeau is such a dimwit. Do me, I'm going to finish the video, but just do me a favor. Hit the little heart button if you agree, and then give me your comments in about 2 seconds here.
To function. If we didn't take their 20% of our car market, they send us hundreds of thousands of cars. They make a lot of money with that. They send us a lot of other things that we don't need. We don't need their cars, and we don't need the other products. We don't need their milk. We got a lot of milk. We got a lot of everything. And we don't need any of it. So I said to him, well, why are we doing it? He said, I don't really know. He was unable to answer the question. But I can answer it. We're doing it because of habit. And we're doing it because we like our neighbors, and we've been good neighbors. But we can't do it forever, and it's a tremendous amount of money. And why should we have a $200 billion deficit and add on to that many, many other things that we give them in terms of subsidy?
So there you have it, folks. What do you think? Do the states need us? Do they not? Do we need them? I would love to hear your comments. As always, I respond to everything. And do me a favor, if you like the video, you like the content, hit the share button and the heart button, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Trocan y perras se miran. Una supercargada y otras son 4x4, por ahí se mira pasar. Una adrenalina fija y son puro
I mean, look at them. They on their way out, man. Look at all them new cars and trucks they done obtained by being here. And man, they should be good. They done sunk a bunch of money back to Mexico. Like, when you trade American dollars into pesos, man, them folks probably millionaires by now in Mexico, man. I mean, come on now.
I'm telling everybody right now, y'all been worrying about the wrong damn Trump. I know everyone's seen this video, but let's take a moment and appreciate the work of Barron Trump. You watch Barron lean in, shake Biden, and Biden says, "What's up, man?" And then goes to Kamala, and he just wipes the child sniffing grin right off that old man's face. I want to know what Barron said to Biden or Kamala to make Biden just go blank, just vapor lock. And did y'all see that look back he gave them? I'm telling you, y'all are worried about the wrong damn Trump. Not us conservatives. Barron's going to be great for us one day. This is going to be the man that fights for my children. But at the young age Barron is at, when you're able to silence and vapor lock a career politician, that says a lot. And not only is the son of Donald Trump, he's the son of Melania Trump, the woman that dressed up like a mob boss for the inauguration. Y'all worried about the wrong damn Trump.
Yeah, that boy Barron is a beast, man. But well, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it here. As you can see, with everybody explaining to the people who are so worried about Trump becoming a dictator and he's dismantling America's greatness and all this old crap, as you can see, that none of that is true. And I think this is going to be a great 4 years. And like they said, we are in a golden era. We're seeing the beginning of a golden era. Just give it time and watch how things smooth out. Watch how the gas prices drop. And I want to see if there are any other like TikTok creators watching my content. I want to see content. I want to see aha contents. That's what I want to see. To all the content creators who are saying this, that, and the third about the Trump administration and how he was going to destroy America, but he's actually made America great and made life easier for you. I want to see that type of content so I can bring it here and react to it. That's what I want to see, man. I don't really have much to say, man. It ain't really nothing negative I can say. But I will say this. In the matter of 2 or 3 days after posting like 3 videos, I have lost over 16, 17 subscribers. Now, I don't want to say that YouTube is doing anything malicious. I don't want to believe that. And I also don't want to believe that people are just unsubscribing every time I post a video. I understand people are going to do that if they don't agree with something, but 16? 16, if I lost 16 people based off the videos that I posted and it's not within your ideology, you were never a true supporter in the first place. You only came here because I probably said something that you agreed with and you were like, yeah, I can ride with that. But the moment I went back and said something opposite or something that you didn't agree with, you unsubscribed. I'd hate to think that that's what's going on. So I'm going to say this to all of my subscribers. If you're already subscribing, I did some research on it and they were saying that sometimes if you haven't been seeing my videos and pop up on your recommended, it's because they recommend like new videos. And sometimes my video, if you've been subscribed to me for a while, would probably be down towards the end. And if you don't see it at all, it's because they're trying to get the new content creators out. They also say that when the people don't see the person that they're subscribed to, they tend to go to people's pages to see if they're still subscribed. And they will notice that the subscribe button is asking them to subscribe again, but they say it's a glitch. So it literally doesn't mean that you're unsubscribed. But if you do tend to click it twice just to make sure you still subscribe because a lot of y'all may be making mistakes and unsubscribe. And a lot of y'all be coming to me in the comments saying, hey, I don't see your videos no more, man. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I don't either, man. But I'm doing the best that I can to get to the bottom of it. But just keep making sure that you subscribe, keep liking, keep commenting and sharing the videos, okay? Because If it is YouTube, they doing a number on me. They really are. But I appreciate all y'all support and how y'all have, supported the channel. And also, and don't forget, because of this stuff, if this stuff is actually happening, I think the best bet would be for you guys to join the channel. Not only will you get those exclusive perks, you will also continue to get notifications. And I don't think they can mess with your subscription at that point, because that would actually be a paid subscription. And like I said, it helps the channel and it helps me bring videos to you faster. So y'all make sure y'all look into that. And if you don't, I still thank y'all for supporting the channel. So it don't even matter. But with that being said, like I always say, do what you will with that information. And hey, if you like what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload. Get in the description, hit that beacons link, follow all my social medias, man. And remember, it's the argument and not the person.